Hello, welcome back. Go to 8-9 today. Macy's our student. She's here to learn. So if you have questions, Macy, you should ask them while we're designing. If someone watching might also have the same question. So we're going to use Emax today because Emax is a glass ceramic and it looks really nice. And we're doing his two front teeth, so we want them to look really nice. So we've designated 8 and 9. One of them will be a veneer, one of them will be a crown. We're just going to designate them both as crowns. Really, it just depends on where we draw the margin, right? So we have lots of pre-op scans. This is a bite with his partial in. I will probably not use that. This is a pre-op with his partial in. We'll use this when we're designing, but we'll have to manually correlate. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Here's his pre-op without his partial in. So we'll trim this so that we can get rid of stuff that doesn't matter. And then I'll show you before we started, he's got lots and lots of wear on the inside part of this tooth. It almost looks like it already has a crown margin prep there. But it's really just where he's been clenching and grinding. So the patient did not want to do ortho to intrude the lower incisors. So that means I don't really have any room here. So we're going to do a veneer. The problem with the veneer is that sometimes they can debond and pop off, especially someone who's clenching and grinding and has a deep bite like this. However, I do have lots of enamel to bond to, and I'm a believer. So we're gonna do it. And I have already told the patient if the veneer is debonding and if it's not gonna work, then he will need a root canal on number 8, and I will redo it for him as a crown. But here's our prep. So there's our veneer prep on the facial, and you can see the inside part. I've not changed any. This is just what it looked like. We just appreciated our pre-op. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Model axis. We need to manually correlate some things. So that looks stitched. That is not stitched. So we're going to reset. Yes. And we're going to draw lines. So double click. Click. I'm only doing this so that it will help me with the design. I don't really care if it's pixel perfect. I just need it to be close. So like if I was going to do this and the occlusion mattered, I would not manually correlate. But the reason the algorithm will not stitch the models is because one of the models has a partial denture and the other one does not. So it's confused as to why they look different. But alas, we can manually correlate that on these lines. Okay, that should work. Let's compute, and we'll see the models hug each other, and one model will live inside the other. Looks pretty good to me. This is a second bite I took with this partial end. I'm not going to use that. This was just in case. Model axis. So before we started, one of his teeth was much longer than the other ones. These are always my favorite cases to do because really anything I put in his mouth is going to be an improvement. Obviously, we're going to make it look really good, but you'd have to almost try to mess this up. So we're going to draw our margin. This is going to be our veneer prep. We're going to do this twice. The first time around, I don't really care where it goes. It's not important. The second time around, I do care where it goes, and it is important, and we're going to make sure it's on the margin. Looks pretty good. Maybe we're cutting in a little far there. I think that looks okay. Excellent. Number 9. 2 times. First time we don't care. Second time we do care. We care a little more than that. Let's see. There we go. What are your tough classes this semester, Miss Macy? What do you have finals coming up in?
Microbiology.
Oh, I hated that class. Terrible.
Human physiology, which that's not that bad.
That's just like long lists of memorization, right?
Yeah.
Like physiology or anatomy?
Physiology.
Physiology is cool. Physiology.
Yeah.
Okay, I like phys.
Anatomy's hard.
Anatomy is like rote memorization.
I have applied anatomy next semester, so.
Apply. What does the applied part mean?
I don't know.
Maybe like you have a cadaver lab.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that's what it is.
Cool.
You get to smell formaldehyde. It's terrible.
And then maybe I like or I have physics actually, physics too.
Yeah, you got a lot of classes. Sounds fun. All right, when we seat this veneer, we want to seat it from the facial. Like that. Yeah.
What is that? What goes in?
Yeah, so this is the path that the crown or veneer will deliver it to his tooth.
Okay.
Because it's got to have a straight line onto the prep. Like if I do this, you see how it blocks all that out, right? Because it can't seat here if I put it in like this. So it's got to basically ignore all that tooth structure. So we don't want to do that. We want to put it in like this. So there's no undercuts. All right. Do we want to change? Nope. That looks good. We are bonding, which means we need 120 microns. We are also doing anterior crowns, which means we only need 500 microns for thickness. Then we will apply that to both teeth and click OK. Check the settings on mine to make sure they mirrored, which of course they did. Let's just see what the proposal gives us. I will probably go back to the positioning tool. Yep. Okay, so that's ugly. Let's fix it. See where his was. Translucency down. So we already have a starting point because he had a crown prior. So we can almost just imitate what he had at the time.
What was wrong with the old crown?
The tooth next door was too short, and so his beautiful bride, who is also my insurance coordinator, wanted both teeth to match. So since she knew I was going to do one, she wanted me to do both.
Seems fair.
It's like, okay, I can do that. No problem. So spacebar tabs between tools. Okay. Do we love this? Looks okay. Now let's make the other one match. Turn copy off. And we're not worried with the lingual right now. We'll fix that after we get our proposal. It's really just what do we see when he smiles? That's the important part.
Does the color change?
Yeah. You can see they're two different colors right now. It's just you can see they'll change depending on what I have selected. Let's make this a little bit better. Sometimes it helps. Jeez. So it's a little bit. Just a skosh. Let's see. It's in the ballpark. I think it is. Edit element means AI takes over. It's going to give us another ugly proposal because I forgot to uncheck constrained adoption. So we'll see what it gives us. It'll be ugly, but we'll fix it. All right, going back to position. This box, right, where'd it go? Where is here it is, adapted restoration calculation. We don't want it to change. I want it to take what I've given it and attach it to the margins. That's it. I'll fix the rest. So new proposal. Better. Let's see. So if we turn that copy off, see it cook. Okay. This is a starting point. This is something I can work with. Put our copy on. So okay. Let's see if we can't line some things up. So I think he's so put it right in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit shy. So this tooth's a little bit wider. We can correct that. Okay. this one smaller or this one wider. Let's see which direction we want to go. So 8 is too wide, just by a little bit. Let's turn this off and turn on our copy. So it looks like maybe I could come out just a little bit with this guy. Remember, so we're going to go back to positioning where it is easier to do this. We're going to bring that out just a skosh. Okay. Try again. So we get the shape down first, and once we get the shape down, we dial all the bite in. You may have been in the room, Jody, but I told him that if I can't get this veneer to stay, then I'll have to do a root canal on 8.
Okay. I will go ahead.
And I'm going to show it to the study club too, and they
I
might
will make a note of that
lynch
in my
me.
notes.
But yeah, I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is our best choice.
For right now, it is. We'll just see how well he deals with it. Because with his bite,
Yeah.
if he wears this partial, he won't have a problem because it keeps his bite open a little bit. But if he doesn't wear his partial,
Yes.
he's going to have to get used to that. And I'm going to tell Sissy that we need to get him to wear that partial, or he will knock this thing off.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a little bit longer, so let's see if it's. So they're the same width now. This one's just a touch long.
Are you wanting to use this Zircad to cement it with?
No, we'll use that the stuff that I've got the trying paste with.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be
Right here.
whatever I use will be resin cement.
This one.
I will probably use that. I might just use 3M stuff.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'll have it there just in case.
To be determined.
Okay.
All right. Try again. So we'll probably spend like 70% of our time in this, like between positioning and proposal.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we get the front part, like the smiling down, the rest of it goes pretty quick. All right. Looks pretty close to me. Let's take this grid off. I don't know that I love this little chip in his tooth. We can just fix that. Let's see where his teeth were. I'm concerned still about the width of this tooth. So I asked for it out there and it's not giving it to me there. We'll have to position it there ourselves. It's a little better. Looks like maybe it's a bit wide now. Does look a little bit wide. So we're going to fix this. So we could do it with line angles. Can't really make that one wider. What was his? That. that we're gonna be okay with. I'll probably shape this some with the burr once it comes out of the mill. Okay, let's fix the rest of it now. So we'll do occlusion. A little bit thin right here. Pull this up. A little bit thick right there. Pull that down. Do I want to give him more bite here? Maybe. No. Right here. Just gonna use a add tool. Not smooth. Add. Bulk that up just a little bit. Go. Bring this down some. Actually, sometimes what I'll do is I'll put the opposing arch on and use this form remove tool. The opposing arch acts like a shield where I can get rid of the stuff I don't want. I keep the stuff I do want. Like that. That's better. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. What about our proximal contact? Not bad. I would argue that we could get this embrasure closed a little bit more. And so we're going to do that from the lingual. Just like this position looks okay. Let's see. So control, select. Now, when I adjust one, it will mirror it on the other one. So I can out some. See how when one moves, the other one moves?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unselect. Form, smooth. Yeah, now we got that nice green contact all the way almost to the incisal edge. So that looks more better. Do we want to close this in? Maybe. Maybe. So we don't want him to smile and have a black triangle between his teeth. His bride would recoil with disgust. We can't do that. So we'll make them mirrored again, and we'll bring this in just a touch. There we go. Let's get rid of this and unselect and smooth. Actually, we don't even need to do that. Okay. These look like crowns to me. Do we want to put any anatomy in them? Let's see, where's our shell? Minimal thickness. Yeah, it looks like maybe we could do some. So we'll do that. We will inspect our laterals first. So his partial's got a couple mamelons in there. We'll make ours just a little. Let's do incisal variation. We're gonna say strength is like 35. And what variant do we like? Typically like 3. It's taller. That looks a little bit too much for him though. Maybe we just back it off to like 20. Yeah, I like that. We'll apply. And then we'll click this tooth. We'll click this tooth. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing on it. Number 20. I think we did 3.
Oh.
So now they'll match. Apply. Okay. Isn't he handsome?
Yes. Wait till you see what that partial in. He's gonna smoke.
Sissy won't be able. We'll have to give him 5 minutes alone. They won't know what to do with themselves. Am I happy?
Yeah, he said that the lower is already feeling much better on the partial. I told him something that would make this that would help this tooth last longer is that if he wore his partial, and
Yeah.
he said that the lower was feeling much better, so maybe he will. We'll see.
We'll tell. All right. What is this? We don't love that. Why is there a nipple on our crown? We are going back.
You
Let's-
don't like that nipple?
No,
Aw.
we don't. It's probably where we closed this. Brazier some.
You can polish that off.
I could. Rather do it on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I got rid of it. Let's see. Yeah, that I can live with. That I can live with. 9. We can make that better. I can't hardly even see it there. If I take the contacts off, there it is. Eight. Now I'm happy, dentist. Okay, thanks for watching. We're ready to produce. Hey, someone's watching our stream. Look at that.